head returns is a reminder that I'm not out of the clear.
Punktastic here with Swimmers. How's it going, guys?
Hello,
Hey,
how are you?
rock and roll. We're from California.
You,
And we're
good to know.
You're from
Although
where?
that comes, I was going to ask a question about it. Should I ask that now?
Yeah,
Should I be
do it.
like, how does kind of being from California affect the music that you do? Because that song that you played last today, like I hate Los Angeles. Like I assume that your location has a lot of effect on your music.
It does.
Yes.
I mean, it's all love, really. Like we kind of like we talk shit on LA a lot, but it's like California is a very specific place, and you're far from everywhere else. So all the bands in LA and the Bay all kind of are knit together.
We're,
and,
yeah. We're
so
from
it's-
Northern California. That's kind of why we wrote that. But like,
We're
it's
from the
really
East Bay.
we're from the East Bay, but it's really like it's more of a commentary song than an actual like pure hatred.
So it's actually like a celebration of where you're from then. If you're not from Southern California.
Hell yeah, we're from the East Bay and we're proud of that. We love that. And we love the bands that came out of the East Bay. And we have respect for the bands in Southern California, but we're proud of where we're from. We're from the East Bay.
So you're from the East Bay? I get it.
Correct.
Oh, good.
I wanna drive that point
I'm
to the
getting
crowd
from
the
the East
impression
Bay.
you might be from the East Bay. Like that's great. So how like you've done your show, you played Reading, you opened Reading, which is quite an accolade, I guess, in a way.
It was honestly, we didn't know what to expect because we were scared. We were like, oh man, we're opening a festival. Like no one's gonna be awake. Everyone was awake, and it was crazy. Like we had
Sorry.
one of our favorite shows of all time, and like the crowd was insane. They were singing our lyrics. They were like singing lyrics to our album Drive North.
Good plug. I like it.
Yeah, we forgot to do that with Harangue,
Yeah.
and we got in
That was
trouble.
my bad.
We got in trouble for not plugging the album.
The album's called Drive North.
Yeah.
It's on Cool Records, if you were
But straight
wondering.
up, England's great. You guys rock and you guys love guitar rock music. And I
Respect.
have the most respect for you guys ever.
So when you talk about your the crowd was mental, like where do you think that comes from? Like how do you think you've managed to get that crowd here? Because you've not been over that many times, have you?
Honestly, I have no idea. I think it's like, I don't know. I think, I like to think like it's a combination of like the songs we wrote and like our press and like team out here because they're really
Thanks,
cool to
Lottie.
us. They're doing a great job. Like we did like the thing with like Annie Mac and all that kind of stuff. Like just good. Like we're doing this. Like everything is sick, and everyone's just working hard. And I think it
Yeah.
also helps like that there's a lot of good music coming from California right now.
Yeah.
And the fact that
From the East Bay area.
well also from
From
LA,
the East Bay.
well
gonna
also
plug that one more time.
like the Fiddler is huge out here, and Zach produced our record, so I think that definitely helps. And he's just done a great job of like kind of introducing us to like a whole bigger world. So I think that's why.
And I think England just has a deep-seated root for electric guitar music.
Guitar music.
Yeah.
It's from the
Guitar
East
music.
Bay.
I mean, it kind
the
of was
East Bay.
reinvented here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were the first people to catch on to the Ramones big time
True.
and do their own punk rock, or you guys, I guess.
Not
And
they,
so, yeah, and like just like rebel music is very important here, I think. And I think it's like clear with even with like new stuff like grime music, like people like alternative rebel music here.
So like what kind of stuff did you guys grow up on then? Like what kind of music? Because you're not the oldest people in the world, are you? So like
fucking Switchfoot. No,
No,
I'm just kidding.
like what was really popular when we were in high school was it like affected us huge. It was like the hyphy movement with E40 and stuff, and like that was more like mainstream at our high school, so we were into it. But also like what we listened to was like East Bay bands like Crimp Shrine, Operation Ivy, Mr. T Experience, and that was like huge for us.
I'd say like honestly, a lot of British bands have been pretty big influence on us too. Like especially the Clash. I mean,
yeah.
like not only musically but just like in terms of like statements and like their social commentary and everything, and like their willingness to explore all different kinds of music. They're a huge influence, and like we grew up listening to them a lot.
True. We learned the Ramones. We love the Ramones. True that. I learned bass listening to the Ramones. Plug that one.
I love the Ramones.
We love the Ramones.
So is that kind of where you see you guys heading then? Is it that sort of stuff like having that political message or like social message?
Well, yes and no. I think it's important to like okay, if you get put in front of a bunch of people, like say something important.
True.
You know,
yeah.
don't say something
Yeah.
stupid, and don't like.
Don't say
you
something
wanna
meaningless.
you wanna like okay,
Yeah.
if you're put in a position where you can maybe have influence on a bunch of people, like it's pretty cool that you could like help the world progress. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want Donald Trump.
And you don't want to write empty music. You want to write music
Yeah.
that makes people think.
Well,
It makes people feel something
and it's
more than just I looked at the ground today.
it's important to write
New
all
songwriter.
kinds. It's
Yeah,
important
yeah.
to write like personal things, and it's important to write broad things.
True.
And I think we try to do both. Like, we have love songs. Love songs are super important, but we also have songs about like coming together and being proud of where you're from, all this kind of stuff. So
And figuring out who you are.
Because Drive North's got that, like, it's kind of got that balance between like kind of fun loving and like complete not giving a shit, right? Like that's so like is that kind of indicative, or like does that represent like your upbringing where you are now?
as
think,
of
honestly,
like now, yeah.
We
I
just
mean,
like to have fun, but we grew up in a like it's impossible not to acknowledge how serious some of the things going on in our time are, and so I think that's where it comes from. It's like a balance of like we need to make sure everyone in the crowd feels safe to have a good time, but we also just want to make sure they have a good time, you know. So because it's an escape at the end of the day.
Well, I'm pretty sure they were having a good time today. Like I was watching the crowd and they were
having a
like,
good time. England rocks. We love you.
So you have to Leeds then tomorrow to do it all over again. Yeah. Gonna change anything up for tomorrow, or?
Hell no.
we might break out the occasional Libertines cover, you know.
Oh yeah, who knows?
I don't know, but
Covering George Michael.
It's good. Which song?
I don't know any George Michael songs.
There you go.
The sax song.
the plan is just to keep our heads down and keep going steady. So hopefully Leeds goes crazy too.
Well, thanks for your time, guys. It's
Thank you
been
for your
awesome.
time.